again to another session in this course. We are going to be looking at string methods in Python. So some of these methods are used to handle string and they are very important. We will start with strip method. This method is used to remove the leading or trailing element of a particular string. If we pass an argument or specify the particular element we want to remove, it is going to remove that particular element. However, if we don't specify the element, it's going to remove the space. For example, this text, if we pass this to a strip method, it's going to remove the spaces, this space and this space. The space here is the leading space and this is a trailing space. So let's say text.strip. So if we run this, it is going to remove all this. It is going to remove all the leading and the trailing spaces. Why? Because we do not specify any other parameter. So you can see that the leading space here and the ones here have been removed. Good. But it is important to note that strip method does not remove spaces in between the string, because the spaces in between the string is also regarded as a character in that string. So it will only remove the leading ones and the trailing ones. So let's say text1 dot strip. So you can see that it has removed the leading space and the trailing one. However, the ones in between are still intact because Python see all of these as a part of the string. Good. We can specify the element we want to remove. For example, if we want to remove this art, so we specify it. So we say text dot strip, and then we specify it that we want to remove the art symbol. So if we run this, you see that the art symbol has been removed. So let's check it again here. Now, can you think of what the output here will be? So let's see. I know that some of us will get it wrong. So, but let us see it. So this has been removed, but this has not been removed. Why? Because the art symbol is not the first element of this string. There is a space here, and we specify art symbol. So it is not going to remove this one. However, this particular one is the trailing art symbols. It is going to remove them. So if I do this again, it is going to remove everything now. You can see. So this is important because this is how the strip method works. We can also use strip method with multiple criteria. For example, we want to specify that, please, if you see any of these elements, if you see a space, you see a art symbol, you see a comma, a period, a forward slash, any of them in the leading or the trailing position, just remove them. So at this point now, everything here and here is going to be removed. So let's use this. So you can see that all of these are removed and everything here is also removed. So this is how the strip method works in Python. However, we can use left strip and the right strip if we do not want the strip method to affect both sides of our string. So if we use left strip, it's going to affect the left part, and if we use the right strip, it's going to affect the right part. So let's use left strip here. So with this, you're going to remove the leading spaces here, but it's not going to touch this. So let's see. You can see it has removed it, this particular one, but this one is still intact. Let's use the right, assuming we use right. So we use R. It's going to leave this one alone and remove this. So let's run it again, and you can see how this has worked. So if you use the right strip here, you're going to remove everything here and leave these ones alone. So you can see that. However, if we use strip method with what is called an empty string, in Python, there is what we call empty string. When we just press a single quotation mark like this without putting anything inside, or even a double quotation mark without putting anything inside, we are telling Python that this is a string but nothing is inside. So if we do this now, this is just an empty string. Python does not know what we are trying to specify, so Python does nothing. So if we use this, you can see that it remains the same. Now, if I run this, what do you think the answer will be? You can pause the video and then return again to see if you are right or not. That is the answer. Good. And now we are in the split method. This another method we are going to be looking at is this method, which we use to split the elements of a particular string, but when they are splitted, we put them in a particular list. Now let us look at the split method. We use split method to split the component of a particular string, but each of the components will be inserted into a list. So if we specify what we want to split by, then split method is going to split based on that particular criteria. However, if we do not specify anything, split method will split based on space. For example, if we say text.split, it is going to split this text based on the white spaces. So let's say the outcome. So you can see that each of these has been placed in a list and they are separated based on the white spaces. So that is how the split method works. However, if I say, okay, look at this text, he is a good man, but there's a comma here and there's a comma here, he is very, there is a comma here, and then rich. So if I want to split this particular text, but based on this comma, then I will have to specify it. So I will say something like text.split into comma. So by doing this, let's see what we have. You can see that he is a good man is now one element of this list, and is one element. He is very is also one element, and rich is one element, and separated based on the location of these comma. So we can assuming we have pipe here. So let me use pipe here. So let me put a comma here. And I put a comma here. Now we want to split based on pipe. So if you run this code, you're going to split at this point, at this point, and at this point, and it will not touch all of these commas. So let's see. You can see that it has split it at this particular boundaries where the pipe symbol is located. So this is how the split method rather works in Python. Now you can also use what is called the max split argument. For example, we want to split this, but we want to split just the first two elements. So you can say so let's still use this particular one. So this is the text. Now we want to split based on the first two, this one and this one. So we say text dot split. So we are using the pipe symbol. However, split the first two. So we split at this point, but leave this one alone. So what we have, you can see that this the first, this the second, and this one still remain the same. So this is very important. And if you notice, you can see that the split method split from left to right. Assuming we want to split from right to left, you can use the right split method. So let's come back here again. So right split, and then we put the @ symbol, and we put max split is equals to 1. So what we are saying is that split from this from right to left, however, only split this first element and leave the remaining alone. So let's see what we have. So you can see that it has split it at this junction, however, every other element remains the same. So this is how the split method and the strip method work in Python. As we continue to do some of the exercises in the future, we will see how we are going to be applying all of these methods at one point or the other. Until we meet in the next one.